Man, it's so weird, like 50 years old. It's like I remember as fresh in my mind when I was, well, what's my earliest memory? I remember when I was in the baby carriage, actually. It's like it's right now. Like, what happened? I remember 10 years old playing baseball. I remember wanting the girl from school to like be at my baseball game because I wanted to hit like a home run, but then I got so damn nervous. I like, did I strike out or I don't know. I made it to first base or something. Like it's like right, like it's like almost no different than me talking in this video right now. And so then I also remember when I was young, I would. It felt like if I was to think about being 50, it would be like, wow, man, I got like that's forever. Now it's like it's, it's like right now, everything right now. And so therefore now, because of this living wisdom, it takes the consciousness a while to figure out how to function in this human form and to recognize and realize it's true wisdom. That takes a while. So now that I've realized to some degree, I can do the same with my death. Same with my death, man. Whether it be in a couple of decades or whenever. It's like that's also right now. It's happening right now. Like I can project to some degree intuitively and feel like, whoa, it's like I'm out. And then you get out, and then there's some kind of review, of course. Not so much if you're already doing the review now. I made a video about that. God doesn't judge us. Our own higher self judges us. But there'll be some review. It's automatic. And it'll be like the whole life was just happened like simultaneously. From higher dimension, there's no time. It's on this 3D dimension, though. It's the time and space is all spliced. It looks like, there's time. But on higher dimension, there's no time. You're being born and dying at the same time. It's the same thing. Okay, let's talk about, did I learn anything? And I have no idea what I'm going to say. I don't have no list or anything because I like it like that. And then maybe what really needs to be said has a better chance than being said. I realized I was very hungry for female attention and energy growing up, and I was very hungry for attention, period, to be popular. I wanted to be elite. I've talked about this before. I wanted to be the best of the best of the best. Not like, I didn't even want there to be a close second. I wanted to be like, and then maybe second and thirds down here or something. That was such a strong drive, like growing up. And I would spend hours trying to figure that out. How to do that, how to accomplish that, how to go beyond my genetic limitations to go do what my ego wanted to do. So I joined the military to try to, I wanted to be like some super, like the jackal or something, but the good jackal. Yeah, I didn't want the government hunting me, but I wanted to be like the best of the best. The government calls me when they need to get something done. Then I realized, oh no, that is not my thing. Okay, I'm gonna go be an actor. Yeah, I'm gonna be the best of the best, and I'll cause De Niro and El Pacino not to be able to work. They'll like get mad at me. Then I'll be like, okay, I'll let you be in the movie. Come on. See, I'm having a little fun, exaggerating for illustrative purposes, but you know that. So, it's very strong. And then I wanted a girl to like act right according to my projections of what that meant. I didn't want to, I forgot like that they're also a living entity and have their own emotional needs and their own human desires and all that. Like I forgot about that. I was like, but what about me? All right. So I felt very balanced though. It felt very good when I was in the presence of female energy. It still does, of course, but I don't need it. This is the saving grace. That's what I try to tell guys too. The mind don't understand these things. The mind like thinks it's all or nothing. Like, okay, either I'm super hungry for a relationship or I don't care about him at all. Like I'm done. No, and I'm like, it's not going to work. It's a balance. The ultimate freedom is You enjoy things, but you don't have strong desire for them. Yeah. So, what I learned was all the attention in the world doesn't touch this inner jackpot, you can say, of joy. In fact, it'll block it a lot of times. Yeah, that's training in itself, to be getting a lot of attention and praise and all that. Actually, one shouldn't get that until they've already at a higher degree of consciousness. Then it's like, okay, life, now test me and try to, lure me into getting duped by all this attention. It's like a higher test. I had it opposite though. I thought that was the joy. So I was already ungrounded and imbalanced, and I thought that was going to help me, and all it did is made me worse. So that I've realized totally today. Therefore, I have no desire for any attention. If I get it, I can handle it. Remember that saying, God gives you what you want when you stop wanting it? So he gave me what I wanted as a teen, and now I don't even want it. As far as the female energy goes, I realized also that there is no human being, girl or friend or anything, that can touch the inner jackpot. Again, I've realized that totally, like totally. Therefore, it like, I don't know, man, it took away the hunger or craving for, I don't need anything from a woman because she can't give me anything. Now, you see, gotta be careful with words. I can enjoy. If she's on point and we're, there's a flow, I totally enjoy, but I don't need it. That's the thing. I can go home and I also enjoy. So those two things have really, really set me free, man. When I was free of those things, then you can start to taste your inner uncaused joy. My friend and I were talking. He's younger than me, and so, but he's seeing these things. He's like, damn, I can't enjoy what I used to enjoy. He said, I just sit here in the room and there's the joy. I'm like, yeah, I know, everything's backwards. We're taught we got to do this and get this fixed and handle this and do this, and then we can get the joy. And really, when that all gets organically thrown out and you just sitting here, you're like, damn, there's the joy. Why the hell did I spend lifetimes just jumping through all these hoops looking for the joy? Yeah, it's we have to do that though. We have to do that, and that's a process, and so be it. No problem. What else? What other lessons? We're all gonna learn. We're all gonna learn everything. It's a question of time and capacity. We're all given a certain capacity. There's a difference between the word capacity and potential. We all have the same potential, but we don't all have the same capacity. That depends on a lot of factors. And don't let the mind say, oh, damn, I don't know what my capacity is. No, you surrender that. You surrender. It's God's business what your capacity is. The apple on the tree that's green's not pissed off because this other apple looks more red. That's your lesson right there, to give up this judgment and, oh, but I want to be more ripe. Yeah, there's your lesson. Ask God to help you, because you can't do it yourself. You can't be free of wanting to be higher than you are, so you need help. Be humble. God, help me accept my evolution. Then that in turn accelerates your evolution. Unless your mind's doing it as a manipulative tactic, and then it'll actually slow your evolution down. Okay, I surrender. Why aren't I accelerated? Yeah, no. You leave the results into the divine's hands. I'm trying to think of one other thing, at least, that I learned. You know what? This learning, it's not a mental learning. It's like an unfolding. It's a revealing. Therefore, it feels untrue to say you learned something. Whoa, I learned it. Well, how did you learn it? Any real organic learning happens via experience, mistakes, and then when you do that, it produces a surrender and humility, and then when that happens, your higher nature can come through now, because there's surrender and humility. But there can't be surrender and humility generally until we try to do it our way first. We have to exhaust the self-will. And some of us have a stronger self-will than others, especially addicts. That's why I like them. So it's more of an unfolding, this living wisdom. You can't buck the evolutionary process. You just can't. Somebody who's 60 is gonna both take two spiritual aspirants, right? One's 20, one's 60. The one at 60 is gonna have a depth that the one at 20 just doesn't have. Not that the one who's 20 isn't an older soul and all that. Yeah, of course, yeah. But still, you learning the subtleties, the uprooting of all these little things, it takes time. This is the curriculum. This is the way the game, the human dimension's set up. It just takes time. The law of evolution takes time. Everything takes time in this 3D dimension. Now you can hear some teachers say, what takes no time and doesn't take any effort? He's trying to point to our pure nature. Yeah. Okay. Do you feel better now? If somebody says, "What are you aware of your timeless self? Are all your problems gone?" Yeah, mine weren't. I realized, like, I share this, I think, almost in every video, like, we self-remember, recognize our true nature, but at the same time, we honor this practical level of existence, which includes the law of evolution and includes time. Both. It's both. The non-dualism, the modern non-dualism, they like to overlook that, bypass that. And I found that it creates like a fragmented sense of being. It's like too much mind, and then the heart and everything can't catch up to it. You know, it's like weird. That's why I like balance. Can I think of any other things though? So, man, it was so nice to be free of this need for attention and need for female attention or relationship. I had to be in the relationships though, and taste that and experience, suffer it, and it was all good to get to where I see like two male and female are so different. They're wired so different on fundamental level. You see how it's like not made to work. It's not supposed to work. God creates two different beings, wires them differently, and then puts in them an attraction toward one another that they can't ignore. Why? It's like an oxymoron. You get two different people, but you're gonna make me like attracted. Why? Yeah, so you can like work through stuff because it's gonna bring everything up. That's why he does it. So I realized that, and I feel like I went through my relationship training school, and so I don't need it anymore. But I can enjoy it. I'm not against it. Somebody said, how do you know you don't want to get married? I said, I'm not against marriage or not marriage. You can just kind of feel your destiny and your karma and how it plays. And yeah, but if the universe wants to do something for its own higher reasons, okay, so be it. But there's no personal desire, is what I'm trying to say. Well, I think I'm going to make the title The Two Things I Learned, rather than, because I can't think of anything else. Those are the two main things. And Intruder's coming, and it's 1340, and so I think it's a good time. I think that's a sign that we're done. All right, let me know how you like this video.